Hey everybody, this is Megadude454, but you may call me Mitchell, and welcome back to Let's Play Cladun X2. Last time, we were told by Parchman that we needed to create a new character, essentially, in order to use magic circles. And this time around, I've taken the liberty and created a handful of characters. They're not based on anyone, they're all named after Dungeons & Dragons characters, so I guess you could say they're based on Dungeons & Dragons characters. The exception is this one right here, who just doesn't even pay attention to me. Let's go find Parchman, and go ahead and let him know we've done as he asked. Oh, have you decided to give it a try? As I mentioned earlier, the name of this ability is Magic Circle, okay? Yes. The only character who can enter a dungeon is the main character. So, me. And only me. I'm not being narcissistic, what are you talking about? Sub-characters can support the main character by utilizing magic circles. In this way, all your allies can be of great assistance. Create your terrific team, your super squad, your amazing amalgam of adventures. Would you like more detailed info? He can explain a few things that I can't really explain all that well, so yeah, please give me more details. Oh, you seem pretty wise. The greatest weapon against any enemy is your own brain. This is the magic circle. You can access it from the menu screen by pressing 8 or 4, or in your case, stupid, start or Y. And once you enter a dungeon, you can't change your magic circle settings, so be careful. You can boost the power of your magic circle by combining each sub-character's power with the main character. The one in the middle is the main character. You can place sub-characters in the flashing spots on the 8 spaces, so on and so forth. Basically, and yeah, sub-characters take damage first before the main character. Why don't you try positioning your sub-characters first? Only thing we can do, and it's all automatic. He will pick Jean. Whoa! There's an HP minus 60% effect attached to this space. Sub-character's HP has fallen. There seems to be no effect on the lower space. Let's place the sub-character there. You can press the Y button to remove the character. And then he'll put Jean there. As you saw, some spaces will bestow negative effects, and then the spaces to the left of the character, in this instance, actually provide benefits, but they do it in a very particular way. Yes, they activate artifacts using mana. There's a difference in this game. There's MP, and then there's mana. Mana is used almost exclusively in magic circles. Actually, it is exclusively in magic circles. What you do is, you select a spot, like where the arrow is pointing, where you can place an artifact. You then select an artifact, and it'll enhance a statistic of the main character, which will enhance the statistic of the sub-characters while the main character is in a dungeon, which is basically the short and narrow of it. As Parchman said, he's going to activate a defense artifact that'll increase the defense by 3 for 2 mana. Or 1 for 2 mana, I should say. And again, you can always press Y to remove whatever you don't want. Now, do take note that if an artifact is not linked, they aren't activated, as it will. So you have to link something there. There are special artifacts that you can place anywhere, known as anywhere artifacts. And just like that, we have an additional mana point for Jean to spend with a mana +1 artifact, while activating the defense +1 artifact, which is pretty nice, all things considered. It means, ultimately, we could place 2 defense +1s. Additionally, anywhere artifacts can be placed anywhere connected to a character, and it'll always increase, or in this case, it'll always increase the mana, or it'll always activate. And yeah, that's it for the basics, basically. That artifact is my gift to you. You better take good care of it, or else I'll cry. And Parchman handed me an artifact. Rewards like items and gold belong to everyone in the magic circle. I have to give them to me. Much glad to hear that. Alright, now dive into the magic circle and head to the battlefield. I'm expecting great things from you. Sure you are. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. You should remember to switch the main and sub-characters from time to time. Why? If you increase your level as the main character, the stats you use as a sub-character will go up. On the other hand, if you level up as a sub-character, your attack and defense which are vital to the main character, will increase. So after you gain a couple levels, you should really switch out your main character for a sub-character in the magic circle. You understand? Well, yes I do. And that's... I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, now we can enter more dungeons. We can now visit Hio's ship, access game chips, job change, and rangens. Though we can't access a job change or rangens yet. Which is very important to note. And we start all the way back up here. I actually forgot I put my hair as blue. It's been a couple days since I recorded. But yeah, now we can access magic circles. And as you can see, Jean is here. Now, I don't want to use this crappy magic circle, so if you select the main character, you can go down to change magic circle, and everyone starts with a new magic circle. Me, I have rookie, which is a very basic, beginner-friendly magic circle. There's no negatives to it, no downsides. Here, I will put... Excuse me. I believe I will put Mia, who is meant to be Mias, but... well, there's no apostrophe, and it would be funny to see a full Mias. Here, we can see what we can put down. We can see all the artifacts we've acquired. We don't really have all that much, but something's better than nothing. She is now providing an attack up. I will note that sub-characters in dungeons act as barriers, yes. But if a sub-character falls in a dungeon, no, they're not dead, but... whatever benefits they're giving the main character will disappear. Just period. Which, you know, keep that in mind and try not to rely too heavily on sub-characters, I say. So definitely do as Parchment said and level up your other characters. Mia is our sorcerer. I've actually made one character of every class. I'm a warrior, Jean is a ranger, Bethgar is a saint, Toril is a sword mage, Mia is a sorcerer, as I said, Pax is a guardian, and Jenna is a merchant. I just realized you can see it in the bottom right. So that's... it made me saying that a little redundant. We want to put Jenna... yeah, Jenna here, since she has the next highest amount of points. And we're basically going to fill this out as much as we can. But this is really all we can fill out with an HP up and a defense up. So with our two sub-characters on this magic circle combined, our attack went up by 1, and our defense went up by 1, as well as Mia, or Jenna, my bad, has 4 more HP, which allows her to be a little bit more tanky. So now we're done with that. We can visit a dungeon. Yes, the shop is still in preparation. Gotta read the text boxes myself. So let's go ahead and go out there. Back to Trial Island, onto the 2nd floor. You can also note that we can switch our background music now that the bar is open. We can either have the default or we can have this Rose de Sahara, which is just some custom music that's been implemented in the game. I believe all custom music is a reference to another Nippon Ichi game, but I wouldn't I wouldn't quote myself on that. Let's get going. You will note that these walls look a little bit different. We'll get into why that is. I'm not going to talk to any of these guys. We're going to make this as quick as possible. Yeah, remember the heel traps? You do not want to trigger most traps. They're from explosives. I don't believe it's very much noticeable right now, but the attack gem is increasing my stats. Yes, the sub-characters have been increasing my stats right now. And... sorry. A bit of stuff in my throat. Should probably have cleared that out before I start recording. Oh, new enemy! I just call these the catsies, because that's basically what they're cats. That was very nice. That's a mushroom, as I call them. I don't know what the technical name is. Can you tell I do a lot of research? So, we've now been introduced to a new mechanic, switches. You just attack them, that's literally it, and they'll open something else. I believe you can attack them again to reactivate them. Should start holding my shield Note, if you're running, your defense goes down, but with your shield up, your defense goes up. So, yeah, you get around faster if you run around, but you'll take more damage. So just keep that in mind and try to find a playstyle that fits you. This is basically the Hall of Traps. There are trap examples everywhere if you want to sample them, basically. If you get hit by that, you get the ice effect, which allows you to slide around. If you start actually sliding, you go crazy fast. This is a haste trap. That is a regen trap. That's an explosive trap. We've seen one of those. That is an earthquake trap, I believe. That is a curse trap. And that is a slow trap. What is this, actually? Yep, quake trap. It actually damages everything on screen, it looked like, so. If you activate it, you might as well jump off the ground, because then you won't get hit by the quake trap. Since, you know, it's an earthquake. It's a fire trap. And, yeah, generally this level is to teach you the mechanics of traps. Note, sometimes, like what happened there, traps will not go off, so don't always rely on the heal traps. Go ahead and pick up a bunch of relics. It's actually kind of unlucky. We got a bunch of speed-up artifacts, and we can't use those yet. And stay clear, we've gotten enough experience to level up, certainly. We've leveled up to level 2. We've gained 5 HP and 2 more mana. Our party members have not, or our sub-characters, I should say. And I can now visit a new dungeon. Technically a new floor of the same dungeon, I believe. And the shop is now open. Perfect. We are going to go visit it real quick. Don't worry, this won't take too terribly long. I just want to show you what you can buy right out the gate. If I'm going to buy anything, I'll do it on my own time. You can buy artifacts. All level 1 and 2 artifacts, as I call them. As well as some HP up and experience up, which requires special slots. They're all kind of a touch on the expensive side, and we don't have a lot of money right now. Use left and right to access the other tabs, not L and R. Weapons! Level 1 and 2 weapons, all of them. Which we could buy a match sword for ourselves, and that would be rather handy. I would like to change my equipment. And I will equip it. And then armor. The arcane robe is what we're wearing right now, which is not a bad piece of equipment for all intents and purposes, but we can buy better. Such as we can buy the leather armor, which I will go ahead and equip on myself. And finally, shield. We are already equipped with a leather shield. Now, you may be wondering, what about my sub-characters? I'm going to answer that question real quick. If we press the R button, we will switch to a different sub-character. We can then go down to Weapon and equip them with different weapons. This is the Ranger, so we're going to equip her with the Everyday Knife. She deserves to be something that allows her to move quickly, so I will give her the Arcane Robe for now. Actually, the Arcane Robe with the modifier, or a title, sub-character HP plus 1. And then... Ooh, I didn't realize we had a wooden shield. Give it a wooden shield, because there's no penalty to equipping different shields. While in this menu, you can actually use L and R to switch between sub-characters to quickly change their equipment. I have actually gained a new ability, and we can now slot that. This is our ability list. You can only ever have a max of 6 abilities, and that's what those X's in the bottom left corner were. We now have single thrust, which, not bad, it's a pretty powerful attack. But yes, we can now pretty much equip everyone. You're the Saint. I want to give you something different. Also, the Saint starts with wound heal, and I think that's it. You actually start with something too. Right, that's right. The Ranger starts with a couple of arrow abilities, but we don't have any bows, nor do I want to spend the money on a bow. And then we'll actually give you cheap armor. Right. Arcane Robe, cheap armor. Cheap armor. We're gonna give you cheap armor and a wooden shield. Saint, kind of like a cleric in my book. You're Toril. We will give you better armor since you're a sword mage, a match sword. We should actually give her a spear or something, because believe it or not, the sword mage actually specializes in using... I gotta keep my mouth close to the mic. Specializes in using spears. And arrows, which I don't get. Why would you call yourself a sword mage? Again, not going to spend the money yet. We just don't have that kind of money. This is Mia. Her a robe, give her a shield. We'll get her a stick later. She starts with fire and ice, 2 magic spells. Handy, handy. Pax, you start with recover, which gets rid of status ailments. Those brandish and pierce. We'll give you the village axe. You've always been kind of a brute in my eyes. Right. When you're equipped with a bow or a blunt weapon, these are 2-handed weapons. You cannot equip a shield. And this will allow you to get brandish. And finally, the merchant, who is going to get stuck with a dagger. Leather armor. Shield. Merchants, care for their lives. Obtain. And we'll call that good for now. Everyone is now equipped. Note, I only have 1 set of leather armor. You only ever need 1 piece of armor to equip to everybody. But since you can have multiple types of sub-characters, it's best you have multiple types of armor, just so that way not everyone is running around in heavy-ass gear that's not really for them. I now look very different. I will probably actually edit this character's face off screen. But to the moving door again. To Trial Island, 3rd floor. Let's go ahead and listen to Rose de Sahara, because the default music is just going to be the same music for the entire dungeon. I wouldn't doubt if this were music from a different game. No, we are actually moving slower on the dirt. I believe this one teaches you a bit about the different terrain. If we had an axe or a hammer, a blunt weapon, we could smash through the walls, which is something we would want to do. So in this case, we want you to come over here. Right. I don't believe that works. Nope. It'll only make you go down this way. Note that big old pig counts itself as using blunt damage. We actually have to slay it. We'll come back here with Pax and get those chests. Yes, there is also a jumping attack. The usefulness depends on the weapon that you're using, of course. Here is the exit. Pretty simple floor, all things considered. I think the big gimmick of this one is that there's something right there. So, since we know we have a character who's equipped with a blunt weapon, let's go ahead and show what this is. We're going to switch to life trade. These experience up tiles are good for leveling up other kinds of character, as you'd imagine. I'm actually going to stick myself on the forefront. I don't have any growth, but those scrolls that we saw in the shop, the HP up stuff, that is a growth item, which you would need to put there. Knowing packs, we would have just enough MP. Also note, I love this. It's a, it is a mana +1. It costs 2 mana to use, gives defense +1 and mana +2. Really, it's just a mana cost 1 that gives defense +1. I hate those kind of items. To me, they're just useless. Pax will also get Mia and Bethgar at his side. Bethgar getting the apple and providing defense. Mia providing a bit of defense and a trainee. That makes sense to me. And Pax is all set. For now, I'll be fiddling with that. We're going to go back to the 3rd floor, and we're going to make this real quick. And show you what exactly is in these chests. And just to prove that, yes, blunt weapons will do this. And now we're done with the level. Basically, that's how you get a time of par or better on this level. Speaking of which, we've broken a record and get your words together, Mitchell. And experienced a new mechanic, Fame. If you recall, I spoke to a character in this village, we are currently playing as Pax, who spoke that you need 5 Fame to even consider talking to him. This man, he OG. You need 5 Fame. Basically, to get Fame, you need to speedrun. And if you speedrun enough, you will unlock additional mechanics, such as the job change mechanic, and the Ranjan mechanic, as well as additional jobs through a sort of black market store, which, when that happens, I will create more characters to represent them. But at any rate, what we're going to do is we're going to switch back to me, because we need one more level up as, you know, main character before I feel comfortable grinding as a sub character, because I gotta be level 3, guys. And go here. Trial Island Floor 4 looks like it's demonstrating some other types of hazards that you can encounter in stages. There is tar, which will really slow you down, but if you slide through it, you won't be slowed down at all. There is ice jets, which will immediately apply the ice, ice on you, which when you're afflicted with ice, you take more damage from ice-type attacks. If you're inflicted with fire, you take more damage from fire-type attacks. I imagine if you're on fire and you cross this, you'll actually take damage or at least light it on fire. It's another trap. We've seen it before. Now they're just straight ice, which acts as the ice status effect. You can also see that this level actually has multiple exits. There's nothing special that happens if you go through a different exit. Really, this is just demonstrating the fact that sometimes a level may have multiple exits. So, you pick the exit that you think's best for you, and you go. Jenna is now level 2 as a sub-character. She has gained more SP, which is the mana, and 1 more mana. I have leveled up to level 3, more HP and mana. A new ability was acquired as well. Mia is leveled up to level 2, gaining 3 SP and 1 mana. And I can now visit a new dungeon. Considering we've got Pax all set up, let's switch to him. And take on this new floor as Pax. It's a new dungeon entirely. Initiation Woodsea. Let's go ahead and do the first floor. And then we'll probably call it a video. I actually love the music on this floor. It's very fun. This may have been a bad idea, actually. No, at all times you can see the level of the enemy you're up against. So do be careful. Oh. Yes, if I remember correctly. Yes. I need to remember how to cast this spell. I believe it was... Yep! The Y button, or 4 in this instance, will cast your spells when you have them selected properly. So in this case, we have Brandish, so we spin our axe around like an idiot. Frog. My worst enemy, both in this game and in Pikmin, as per the norm. Gotta admit, I don't exactly like the axe very much, or blunt weapons, to be fair. But, well, either that or... Oh. I could have hit him twice, maybe. Excuse me, I kind of had to focus there. He wasn't taking a lot of damage, that's why. Oh, crap. Black Frog. It was actually a bit of a tough fight. We're gonna hit this. Attack you from the sides. Depending on the angle you attack an enemy, you will deal more damage. There we go. Had to get a little strategic with that. It's very much the same as you. You take more damage if you're attacked in the back than you would if you were attacked in the front. Especially if you're holding a shield up. Same goes if you're attacked on the sides. And again, keep in mind if you're running, your defense does decrease. Our special reloads, Cheater's Bow, and a Fire Mind Bone Sword. Well, I know what I'm equipping. And that is the Initiation Woods, or was it the Initiation Sea Woods first floor. Pax is now level 2. Bethgar is now level 2. I'm level 4, and my SP went up. And a new ability was acquired for me, and I've learned a new magic circle. Me is now level 3, with +1 to defense now, and +4 to SP, which is great. She is a spellcaster, she really needs that SP. And that is that. This fruit, it's delicious! You're able to ingest that object with the toxic-looking shell? You sure are amazing. Moton was right about you. I was right, wasn't I? Don't be shy, Pax. Eat! Lamb, you didn't eat it all. I'm not hungry. Well, you should eat something. I'm actually full myself. Eating all that, I'm starting to get sleepy. Come on, Pecora, follow me. I changed the bed sheets. Whoa, when'd you do that? Thanks a bunch, lamb. I work really hard today, and more to do tomorrow. Good night. Alright, I'm going to continue my reading. Would you like to join me, Pax? We have a fine collection of books here. I don't think Pax is into that, actually. Mouton, you're drooling. Sorry, better not get the books all wet. Weirdo. Are you reading something dirty or what? Okay, I'll slice up this fruit and put it out later. Look forward to it, Pax. Aha. They seem to be fully enjoying Arcanicella. I gotta say, this place has everything you could ever want. Especially me. I'm so awesome. Take advantage of it. Don't let this go to waste. He says, we can now visit a new dungeon. Again, new floor to a dungeon we've just visited. But that is going to be part 2 at this point of Cladun X2. We've gotten some more equipment, and off screen I'm going to get some more fame, but I'm not gonna be a dick and not show what happens when you have a certain amount of fame when you talk to this guy. And I'm going to edit some characters, get more equipment, and basically grind a little bit. Not a ton, probably to about level 5 at most. So, I thank you all for watching. If you would like to see more, I suggest you leave a thumbs up. And I will see you all in the next video. Until then, farewell.